All right, here we are in number 2 in your book. This is video 3 of lesson 10, module 5. And here's what you can see in your book. It looks very much like this. 1/2 units and 2/3 units. What do we do with that? Right? How are we going to find the area of that? So we're going to draw a model, right? Just like we did in number 1 that we practiced earlier. And this one is not drawn out at all for you. So if this is 1/2, right? If this is 1/2, then what do we know about the part that's missing? What is the mysterious section missing there? That would be the other half, right? Okay, so, and I see that it's a little bit too big, but sorry, it's not going to be perfect, right? We're just going to try our best. So if that's 1/2, then there's our other half. But what about 2/3? So if this is 2/3, I'm going to cut it so I have 2 of them, but I need 2 out of 3, right? So I'm going to put another third there. Okay, so now I can see that I have 1/2 and 2/3, but it's not really looking like a unit square. It's definitely not looking like a square. So let's finish it up. Let's draw this line all the way up and make our line there. So now I can see that I have 1/2 and I have 2 out of 3. Now this might not look exactly like it, but this is 1 unit going in this direction and 1 unit going in this direction, which makes it a unit square. And how many pieces do I have that are colored in? 2, right? You can see the 2 pieces are colored in, but how many parts do I have all together? I have 6 parts, right? And 2 of them are colored in. So that means that it is 2/6 square units would be my area of that tile. All right? And maybe you're thinking, hey, doesn't this seem a little bit like what we did in module 3 when we were multiplying fractions? It might seem familiar. Okay? And you might also be thinking about, well, what if I didn't have to draw a model? We're going to continue drawing models for this lesson, but hopefully you're starting to think about what you could multiply there instead of drawing the models. So make sure you're writing these things down. You are expected to be taking notes. And let's look at number 3. If you didn't take notes of that, please pause me and go ahead and get those notes taken, because that is an expectation, right? Now I have 3/4 and 1/5. Okay, so once again, step 1 in this process is to think about, well, if this is 3 out of 4, then what's missing, right? So step 1 is to sort of add on to the fraction of what's missing. So if this is 3/4, well, then I need another 4th so that I can have 4/4, right? I'm going to make everything complete. So I'm going to change this into 3. And now I have 4/4, right? Step 1, complete my fraction. So this is still 3/4, but I need 4 of them, right? And if this is 1/5, then as I'm completing that fraction, I'm going to use my denominator to think, okay, I need 5 more of them. No, I need 4 more because I have 1, right? I need to have 5 altogether. So I'm going to draw a line going this way, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now I have 5/5. Double check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 out of 5. Okay, so step 1 is to complete my fractions in both directions, and step 2 is to finish my square, because this is not a square. So I'm going to square it up here, and then just draw my lines going all the way across and all the way up. Okay? And then step 3 is to see, well, what is the area of my section that I have based on the total number of pieces, right? Now I see that I have 4 in this direction and that there's 5 of them. So that would be 4 times 5, which would be 20. And there are 3 that are colored in. So that's 3/20 square units, right? And you got to make sure that you have that all drawn and written out for your notes. And then we just have number 4 to go yet. And number 4 looks like this. 1/6 and 3/5. All right. So 1/6 and 3/5. Go ahead and work on your drawing. I'm going to give you a little bit of time to work on your drawing there. Completing out the fractions, right? So if I have 1/6, I need to have 6 parts. If I have 3/5, I need to have 5 parts. But I already have 3, right? So if I already have 3, there's my 3, then I need 5 altogether, so that would be 2 more. Completing out my fractions. If this is 6, right, this is 1 out of 6, and this is 3 out of 5, so 1 out of 6, now I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So I have 1 out of 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Always double check your counting. And then that's step 1, finish out my fractions. Step 2, finish out my whole unit, because this is 1 unit, right? 1 unit in each direction. Then I'm going to draw out my lines. And how many pieces do I have all together? If there are 6 here and 5 this way, it's 6 times 5, right? It's totally fine if you need to count them all, but we're starting to think about multiplication, starting to use multiplication to make our lives easier, all right? That's the whole purpose of multiplication. So if I have 6 going this way, then I have 5 sets of them. 6 times 5 is 30, and I have 3 colored in. That's 3/30 square units. Yes? Thank you for your kind attention. Thank you for your hard work. That is all the videos for lesson 10. I'll see you in lesson 11. Aloha.